Excellencies, distinguished delegates, very good morning to you in Budapest. It is my pleasure to address the CSTD Inter-sessional panel and open the discussions on the issues related to the outcomes of the World Summit on the Information Society review. For the past 6 months, two co-facilitators, namely permanent representative of the United Arab Emirates, Ambassador Lanan Sebi, and myself, as well as our teams, devoted a lot of time and energy to the overall review of the implementation of the World Summit for the Information Society outcomes. As the co-facilitators, we were appointed to lead an intergovernmental negotiation process which would assess the last 10 years of Internet development, evaluate the progress achieved, and address the challenges that still remain. And of course, this referred not only to the Internet but information society in general. This process included preparatory meetings, rich exchanges of views, extensive and intensive discussions and consultations that resulted on December 16 in a consensus outcome document. And I would like to thank the CSTD members and in particular Mr. Peter Major for the great job that you have done collectively and individually in the review process, and also for your advice that we have received as co-facilitators and for which we are really thankful. We also thank Ms. Anne Miru and Ms. Mervi Kultama for their continuous support. Now, looking back, I have to say that this has been a very interesting and challenging task that we took with utmost respect for the work that had been done before us and complete awareness of the influence of the results of this process for the work in the future. During the WSIS review process, the work of the co-facilitators was guided, among others, by the principles of inclusiveness and transparency. We are grateful for the support of the President of the General Assembly and his predecessor for their active role in engaging the broad stakeholder community, and we still hear messages that really appreciate the outreach that we have engaged in with the stakeholder communities. In our efforts to ensure that all stakeholder groups have an opportunity to express their views, the co-facilitators attended the 10th meeting of the Internet Governance Forum, during which we listened to a great number of proposals and ideas, as well as engaged in rich discussion on which we reported to the intergovernmental negotiators. A very useful tool in achieving the objective of transparent and inclusive WSIS review process was the WSIS website that served as a focal point for information sharing, as well as allowed to provide comments on various drafts of the outcome document. Speaking of the outcome document, which in the end consists of 71 paragraphs, operative paragraphs and preambles, I must say that it has several elements that may be relevant for your work and our collective work in the coming years. First of all, I think it is important that the document reaffirmed the vision of a people-centered, inclusive and development-oriented information society, and this really permeates the whole document, this focus of information society being as one of the enabling instruments to eradicate poverty and to better the lives of people around the world. Second, it is important that it also reaffirmed the Geneva and Tunis document visions, namely that we build upon what work has been done before us without trying to rearrange the system that has been put in place. And finally, with respect to reaffirmation of previous work, it is also important that this document builds upon this previous work, in particular in the context of implementation of the 2030 agenda, where the information society, information technologies are seen as key enablers for the implementation of all goals of the 2030 agenda. Getting to the more concrete issues, the document also has addressed a number of issues that in a very concrete manner. First of all, I would like to highlight the next big stopping point, which will be in 2025, when the General Assembly is going to hold the next high-level meeting on the review of the World Summit on Information Society. At the same year, it will be the next mandate renewal of the Internet Governance Forum, whose mandate has been extended by the General Assembly for another 10 years, with the same mandate that it had for the past years. Finally, getting to the concrete issues that are related to the CSED's work, I think it is no coincidence that the document has quite many references to the CSED in recognition of the very important work that the Commission has been doing, is doing and will be doing in the context of the World Summit on Information Society. In fact, it had, I think, 5 references in the text to the work of the CSED, but more concretely, it has 3 references that I would like to single out. First, it is the request in paragraph 33 for the Commission to work with all stakeholders to regularly identify and promote specific detailed actions to support the enabling environment. The second reference is in paragraph 63, where, along with the extension of the IGF mandate, the Commission is called upon within its regular reporting to give due consideration to fulfillment of the recommendations in the report of its working group. Finally, and I must say last but certainly not least, the Commission has been tasked in paragraph 65 of the resolution with very important work to continue its work with respect to enhanced cooperation. And I will not quote the paragraph in whole, but what the member states have been trying to do is to give as concrete mandate to the Commission as possible, while fully recognizing that the issue is complex and certainly one that will merit more than one discussion. But the resolution does map out the order in which the Commission's work is expected to be done, and for that I wish the Commission all success. You will definitely have quite rich tasks ahead of you. I thank you once again on behalf of myself and of the other co-facilitator, Ms. Janis Mazeiks, Ambassador of United Arab Emirates, for the work you have done so far, and wish you good luck with your deliberations today and for the coming years. I thank you very much.